Hello Nerd Shop Shouting Joyers, my name is Keej TV, and today I am back again for another Manchild review of a cardboard box that says Banzaitron in it, which is brought to you by Super 7 here, who, I'll be honest with you, I never gave these guys the time of the day in the past, but as the price of these guys has went down because no one's paying 80 quid for a cardboard box and its contents, I figured, you know, for about like 12, 16 quid, whatever they're going for now, a tenner in some cases, I would like to look at this adult collectible, which is definitely not a toy. Not in the slightest. Even though it resembles a toy, and it looks like a toy, and they are sold in toy shops. No, it's not a toy. Let's get this boring stuff out of the way and look at... Look at that. I know, whoa, sorry. Listen, I'm going to talk a lot of shit about these guys, but you can't slag them for the packaging. Look at that, the way it reflects off the camera and the ring light. Ooh, that's very nice. Color coded. You've got the kind of like old cartoony symbol here. They're going for the kind of tuner vibe, even though this guy never showed up in the cartoon. Decepticon on the side there. This is a nice kind of amalgam of just like what G1 was, which is good because I don't know, I've been kind of going through a bit of a G1er phase recently. I will always think animated is the best one because I'm biased and also everything I say is correct. But I think, you know, especially for the 40th anniversary, I suppose it's not a bad time to kind of think, you know, these kind of weird niche, weird kind of cool corners of G1. I think they need a little bit of love. Maybe in my little, not to sound like a fanny, but my kind of Transformers journey. I'd like to see what works about. Come on. Banzaitron here. I'm not going to throw that box away because it looks really nice. I'm going to like hurl it in the side of the room and crush it. Look at this. Action Masters Banzaitron remade for some like overpriced vinyl kind of like Forbidden Planet nerd shop kind of shit. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I think like you've seen something like this. It's kind of like the stuff that like clogs up a kind of like dedicated like I don't know, Hot Topic kind of like nerdy action figure shop, right? Because there's no way, right? See this guy here, just a bigger version of the old Action Master toy. Which, to be fair, I haven't even looked at this guy. That's very cool, right? Can you see me? You can see me. Ooh. You can like see me reflected in the stuff there. That's the first. Hello. Yeah, sorry. This is basically just completely out of left field. Because with the review of these like Super 7 dudes, these Ultimates, yeah, that it's like you're kind of like standard like this is for like guys who are like 40 and have disposable income and kind of remember Transformers, and they've got like the Optimus and Megatrons and Bumblebees and stuff like, and they're referencing like really old kind of like toys or like kind of niche, you know, it's like Henshin Cyborg or whatever. But this, wait a minute, hold on a second. Action Master Banzaitron. First of all, the fact that they named a robot Banzaitron is really funny to me. Like, I don't know. I don't even think I should explain that one. It's just funny to laugh at. They have remade Banzaitron like 2021. I think this came out. No, I think the pre-orders were like 2021, but then it took them like 4 billion years. And they came out in like 2022, but then it was like ages. It was like August 2022. Point is, this guy is a weird little toy, but now that like the dust is settled and he's like a tenner, I want to talk about him because I know a lot of the time in this show I like to talk about the stuff, you know, the kind of stuff that we're nostalgic for as little kind of zoomers. You know, you've got like your old Clone Wars, your like Transformers animated, or maybe even Combiner Wars or like Bayverse movies. But this deserves a decent shout too. This might even be like the first time maybe one of you viewers is like hearing of this Banzaitron guy, because he's like one of those like kind of niche, annoying, weird repaint dudes who shows up every 5 seconds, and not every 5 seconds, every like 5 years or so. And like you cannot really say much about him. He has like a small bio that I don't know, is it? Yeah, it's not even on the back here. You would have to have the original like Action Master bio card, I suppose, or going like TF Wiki, whatever. There's no much to say about this guy. He is maybe connected to like other characters who know like martial art robot shit like bludgeoning or pro or Yokotron or whoever. Uh, like I can't say much about him already. I'm running out of things to say about this guy. He has like his little action master pal in there. He has like his little bayonet rifle, katana, whatever the fuck thing. He's got his cool like ninjutsu hands, I guess. He is he's an action figure. I don't know what else to tell you. This is an old action figure. Hold on, let me pull this out. This is the only action master I have in hand, right? Sorry. This is Double Punch here from like Euro G1, my beloved. Uh, it's one of these old toys from a weird experimental time in G1 where like they didn't know what the fuck was happening and they were trying like anything to try and like capture interest again. It's one of these guys from like kind of like just the forgotten period, I guess you would call it, who hasn't been like adapted to a new way, like with excuse me, I came prepared for this video. Like BotCon Banzaitron, I know that's a bit of a flex. Trust me, he is broken and I had to fix him up when I bought him. That's the only way I can get these toys cheap. Like he hasn't remade like BotCon Banzaitron here, where like it's kind of cool how he adapts to the times and how like he's been like kind of reinvented as a necessity to fit in with the toy line. Like he's a repaint of what is it, Energon Mirage, I think. I'm not sure. It's not like that. This is like just a big expensive budget, the original 80s thing with no changes. He is like just like captured that way, scaled up a little bit, and sold at an absorbent and extortionate price. But it's kind of worth it when you see that old ass Action Master logo because that looks swag. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned I really like Action Masters. I think they're cool. I think they're these kind of weird colors. They're like little kind of action figures who aren't like annoying. Like I you know I don't give a shit about He-Man. I don't give a shit about GI Joe. But when you make a little action figure of a strange little man like this, with all these little mechanical parts, and like there's some kind of gimmick like I gave up the power to transform to be even more powerful. You know, you might sell me that. Just a little character who's weird and isn't like obnoxious. Oh my god, that is the most shiny. Look at that. Like, hold on, let me carefully put all this stuff away this time because I don't want to smash that beautiful packaging. What? Look at this. That's like a balloon. What the fuck? That's like a strange space dimension. Let's get that out of there. Right. Banzaitron. Okay, hello. This is my first time with one of these Super 7 things. I was eyeing up the Bombshell as well because he's like also the Action Master colors. But I figured I don't have a Banzaitron. I'm selling off that BotCon Banzaitron, a friend of the channel, Dredge. So I figured this would be a good excuse to look at this freakazoid. I have heard mixed things about these guys, but the prospect of a company in like the 2020s remaking Action Masters for no apparent reason other than like just pure passion, that interests a guy like me. And I forget his little pal's name. I'm awfully sorry, but we're getting him out here. And I'll give my name in the comments or something. Does any bit of him move? No, he's just like a static prop. Yeah, I suppose that's the kind of novelty nerd shop shit coming into effect. Because like, he is a toy, but at the same time, it's not meant for people like to play with toys like babies or animate them like me. You know, it's like he's like a paperweight, even though he's got like a little hinge thing in here, which I'm assuming is like the old Action Master gun. I heard a click there. I don't know. No, I don't think that's moving. I remember I did have two of the old Team Fortress 2 action figures before those were like extinct. And those were pretty cool. They kind of broke easily though. Maybe it's because I was like 12 and shouldn't have owned them. They were still toys though, by the way. I know I keep contradicting myself. But the toys, they're baby toys, they're action figures. Just because I twisted Soldier's leg a little bit too far and now it kind of like feels wiggly and I think I bent the plastic, doesn't mean I can't have fun with him, right? And hopefully the same is not going to happen with Banzaitron here because he looks very cool and I want to film a YouTube video where I play with him like a baby and like 10 people watch it and giggle. Okay, wow, this feels like an Action Master just like actually like squared up, like just sized up. That's strange. Oof, get that out the fucking way. Right. This is, yeah, okay. So I don't think this is vinyl plastic. I kind of assumed it was because of the price tag, but I think this is just like basic bitch like action figure kind of plastic. It's giving me the same feeling as TF2 Heavy from those old videos I don't like to talk about that I filmed. A little bit stiff, probably because he's been in the box for like a couple of years. He's a bit bendy. This is strange. This isn't like this isn't like a kind of like new legacy remake figure like G-Axis or whatever, some kind of G1 weirdo they've given attention to. This is an area I'm not getting expertise in, and to be honest with you, as much shite as I talk about them, as much shite as we collectively talk about them, right? This makes me realize that the current Transformers like kind of chug team, Generations Legacy, whatever you want to call it, they work miracles, right? Because first of all, I was expecting this guy to be a lot bigger. I thought this guy would be like leader sized. If you compare my hands here, he's like a Voyager. He's like a kind of like maybe taller than a modern Voyager, right? Which is it's funny to see like a giant action master. I like that. That makes me giggle, right? But at the same time, the Legacy team is making toys like this who are like about this size for like a fraction of the price, and also they transform. So maybe that puts things into perspective when the only thing I'm not buying is like just like actual Transformers, and maybe I look at a different little, nerdy action figure kind of like fan wank guy. That's interesting. That's a bit of perspective in this channel. Second of all, uh, this feels weird. This doesn't feel real. Like this feels like an action figure they would have as a prop in like a TV show or something, or like a fake commercial. Do you remember the Amazing World of Gumball like cut up a bunch of toys for like a fake like 80s piss take advert, and they used like a bunch of like Titans Return parts? This is what this feels like. This is like, I suppose it's got that kind of toon effect because of the nice beautiful colors and everything, and like the way they've like done the shapes and shit. That's quite nice. Uh but yeah, this feels like you've got like the original Action Master Banzai-tron from like 1980, 1990, whatever, right? And then this is like the unused animation model that's like somehow came into the real world with his wee pal here. Like even just those two other figures that I pulled out there for a comparison at the start, they are completely different kind of plastic. Even like the old double punch. Wow, the hands are that easy to plug in and out. I was expecting there to be a struggle. Anyway, yeah, that's another bonus for this guy. The hands are like shockingly easy to pull in and out, and I like that because there's been like so many times where I've had to fucking plug in the hands of like some kind of animation mod or like an actual toy, and I've wanted to shoot myself because it's like nerve-wracking to pull these wee pegs out here and like worry if they're gonna break or snap into a million pieces. But this is actually high quality. At the same time, I'm very glad I did not pay 80 quid for it because holy shit. So I'm assuming he has like some kind of like ninjutsu, vague word for I don't know what I'm talking about, kind of like martial arts hands. Can this hold his big scary rifle? It can. Hold on. Got it. Yeah. That's another thing I like about the legacy toys. You don't have to worry about like the gun going in like the wrong the wrong port, and he kind of just holds it awkwardly. Oh, does that look right to you? It's a bit wonky. Maybe I should have just stayed in my lane. Holy shit! No, okay, that's the only hand he could like. He's not gonna hold it with that. That's like a grabby hand. That's a Coraline. That's fucking right. So he has to hold the gun with this hand. Cool. Even if it's a bit, you know. So he holds that. He looks cool. There's something the Action Master can't, and like holds that barrel. So he's got like a cool bit of posing going on. Hello, that's cool. Can you go anywhere? Is there no ports or anything? Can you not even like go in his head, or can your head come off? Actually, I like this because since this is such a new experience for me, I don't really have any like smug bullshit comments to say. This kind of captures like being a little baby and like not a little baby. I shouldn't fucking infantilize this thing just for like cheap laughs, but it feels like you're kind of younger and you're like, I've never seen this thing before. Or maybe you've bought like a model kit or like some kind of strange new toy. You're like, how the fuck does this work? Can your head come off? Can you do this? Can this port there? And I'm glad I get to capture it in camera for this series because it'll be nice to look back on over the years. I suppose that's a benefit of the digital age. Just You can like, no matter how cringe, how lame or stupid or whatever, if you make mistakes or you celebrate some kind of achievement, you can look back at it and hopefully, unless it becomes lost media, fucking, it's good to record your experiences and kind of like, I don't know, go back to them instead of relying on maybe a hazy memory or something. And that looks fucking cool, doesn't it? That's like, that's giving me like kind of like Xbox like fucking action hero kind of like vibes. Guy with like a big nondescript rifle, maybe a little creature beside him. He's got like cool sci-fi like shit all over him. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if I can like what's like the craziest kind of like pseudo martial arts kind of pose I can put him in. Hold on. All right, yeah, that's the range of motion isn't too crazy for something that's like supposed to be like, you know, an action figure, an action master. But I think with the hands, you know, that's decent if he can even stand like that. I don't think it can support. Oh shit! It can. Look at that. Whoa, that got better. That's cool actually. Yeah, I like that. And I think with my kind of, I suppose, preconception about Super Seven, right? It's like you go on their website, right? And it's an awful lot of tats, like fucking complete nobody, like Disney figures or like those like kind of like rip off Kenner toys, like that are like carded and you're not supposed to open them up and play with them, but they still make them articulated. It's like you kind of look at it and you're like, this deserves to like fucking rot in like some like kind of like half-arsed comic shop where it will never sell because no one wants to buy like a fucking Nightmare Before Christmas fucking like Easter Bunny toy or whatever the fuck. Like you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's poopy shit for like some kind of like Funko Pop collector kind of stuff. Just all the bad stuff about like Manchild and collecting toys. But big bum, big 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 goddamn right. Fucking, I think they were very smart to do like they're kind of like I guess contractually like obligated fucking like Optimus and Megatron where like they come with a bunch of like dumb accessories like fucking Optimus Prime with a basketball based on that one gif everyone posts, or like Megatron with his like little helmet he used, his little mind control helmet he used for like one episode. But it is so fucking clever that they were like, hey, if we're doing like non-transforming guys, why don't we bring back Action Masters? Because like no one else is gonna do like faithful adaptations of them because they can't transform. So why don't we be like the guys to do it? And that's I think that's them hitting like a niche, and that's them like really excelling in it. That's clever. I appreciate that. And even again, if I did not pay the full price for it, because fuck that, right? Uh, I'm very grateful for what's in front of me, right? Like I think whoever designed this, very swag, very smart. That's you kind of like thinking of what you have, being resourceful, even if it's not like, you know, I suppose it is an adult collectible because this guy doesn't move and there's no like kind of like little, you know, like toy ports in this guy. Even though like is that it there and they've just like made it like, you know, just a kind of detail rather than like an actual like functional piece, whatever, right? I think that's very cool. And when I see stuff like the tracks they made, even though it's not on sale, right? I would like that tracks to be in like Action Master colors. Because if it's just G1 tracks who doesn't transform, I think I can say with a decent degree of confidence that like the majority of you, 99% of you would not buy a tracks who can't transform because he's like not even like a popular character in the first place, and most of like the toys are like very bad molds anyway, apart from like G1 in like 2010. So when I see that tracks, I think, why didn't they do that tracks in Action Master colors? Did they just not like the colors? Because fair enough, it's not like the nicest looking tracks, but I feel like that would be them tapping into that niche again and like giving it like a solid reason to exist instead of just like being like Optimus Prime again, Bumblebee, but he's got like some kind of weird gimmick. This is cool because like by all extensive reasons, Action Masters are shockingly expensive nowadays, right? Like you would be surprised. Even like that incomplete double punch I showed off at the beginning there, right? He can go for like 50, 40 quid. And that's like him like missing his bits, just like all kind of fucked up with like his gimmick not working. Action Masters are like shockingly expensive. Like you look up like some kind of obscure one, Banzaitron. I think people are paying like 30 quid for a complete Banzaitron, maybe more. And then like you could just get this big cool like scaled up modern remake with like nice quality plastic. You wait for a sale, maybe you get it for like 20, 30, 10 quid. And I feel like they're missing out when they don't do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could maybe, just maybe, right? Maybe not give it to me for free, even though I would very much like that. You could just like downsize these guys, maybe by a bit, maybe take down the quality a bit if it means economics or whatever the fuck. Put down the price tag and like remake a bunch of Action Masters like fucking Rad and I don't know, Gut Cruncher or whoever. I think that's what his name is. And hey, like you could tap into that niche and make a decent amount of money from like either people who are going through some kind of like G1 tuner phase or like the actual like people who grew up with that and still want that. You could tap into that. And I feel like it's a shame because they've done like G1 Bludgeon and like a bunch of Starscream repaints, and that's it. I don't see anything else. There's like that Tarn, which I don't feel anything for it. It's like especially now that we have like the Evolution Tarn or like the Master Ming Creations one. It's a cool way to get nickel, but maybe not for like 50 quid. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate this. I like this, but woe is me because they have like something really cool in their hands, but they've only made 2 Action Masters. They've made this little gem here, who isn't the best, right? Again, especially given that price tag, I want to make it like very apparent. Do not get ripped off by like this like kind of dumb shit, right? But at the same time, I feel like in an ideal world, we could have the revolutionary Action Master comeback of 2020 whatever, and the world would be at peace because everyone owns an upscaled like Omega Supreme or whatever, or like Turbo Master or Windmill. But maybe that's too niche. Maybe that's like again too fan wanky, and I should just be grateful for this, which I am, even though he feels weird and I'm still getting used to him. I'm very happy that like someone kind of locked in and thought, if we're gonna make non-transforming Transformers, why don't we bring back the OGs, the guys who started it all, even though people blame them for a lot of financial ruin, which is fair because like if you want to buy a Transformer, chances are you want it to transform. And then weirdos like me still, are living in the past and appreciating fucking Action Master Blaster or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But either way, Banzaitron and Mr. Krabs here. Big fan, even though I've only just met them, and my kind of previous conceptions and notions I've had in this show are struggling with this character. I've been impressed so far. I suppose this is more like a first impressions review than like anything, which is cool. Because a lot of the other ones I did, like I was saying at the start, it's I think this review is gonna be like half an hour of me fucking waffling. But like I said at the start of this 10-hour yap, a lot of the time it's stuff I already know. So maybe it's cool to see like a 20-something like me kind of find new shit and talk about that. If you like that and you've somehow made it to the end of this video, I'd like to hear that. Let me know what you think. But other than that, my name is Keej TV. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Who will give up the power to transform to become stronger, faster, more alive? I will. Help me. ActionMasters.org. Transformer Action Masters are incredibly detailed action figures.